Time to edit our rough drafts. We're going to be looking for things like capitalization of beginnings of sentences and names. We're going to look for spelling, spacing, punctuation, like commas and periods. Now, if you copied my sentences yesterday just like I had them, you shouldn't have a lot to edit for. Mostly you're going to be looking at your sentences you wrote on your own. But it's still important to check. So I'm going to read each one and then think about all those things. Quacksenstein Hatches A Family is a story about a lonely duck. It's a complete sentence. Every word in the title starts with a capital. The title's underlined. I have spaces in between each word, and I have a period. That sentence is good. The characters in the story are Quackenstein, the egg creature, and the other zoo animals. I have a capital to start. I have spaces. Quackenstein has a capital because it's his name. I have commas in between the things I'm listing. And I have a period. That one's good. Now here's one that I had you write on your own, and I wrote it. The setting of the story is a zoo. Definitely see some mistakes here. First, I definitely need more of a space in between the and setting. I draw a big long line that goes above and below the top and bottom, so I know it's not an L. The setting of the story, we don't make the E sound at the end of a word with an E. We make it with a Y. The setting of the story is a zoo. And I need my period at the end. So I'm going to mark it with a circle and a period. All right. Next sentence. The problem in the story is that Quackenstein is lonely. I have my capital to start. I have my spaces. Quackenstein has a capital and a period. Good. He adopted an egg, comma, and he thought the egg hatched a monster. So first, capital to start. I have spaces. Good spelling to here. Good spelling, but then monster doesn't need a capital. So I'm just going to circle that M and show myself that it should be lowercase. He ran away from the monster. Good spaces, capital, spelling, period. All right. In the end, the monster was a platypus, comma, and it followed Quackenstein because it thought he was his dad. So we have capital to start, we have spaces, spelling, capital on Quackenstein, and a period. Good. Quackenstein and the platypus became a family. Capital to start, and it's his name, spaces, spelling, period. Now, I told you needed to write the closing on here. I wrote it, and I definitely see some mistakes. If the problem was not solved, Quackenstein would not have a family and he would still be lonely. First, I need a capital to start my sentence. And I see here, I wrote my B backwards, which makes it a D, and that's important because that changes it. So I'm just going to circle the D and show that it needs to be a B. Was not solved. I'm missing the E before the D. So I'm just going to circle it and spell it. Quackenstein, that's his name. I've been spelling it with a capital everywhere else in here. I need a capital on his name. Would not have a family. This is not the correct wood. This is wood like from a tree. I need wood. W-O-U-L-D. Would not have a family, and he would, make sure I get both of them, still be lonely, period. All right. So I went through each sentence. After I read it, I checked for capitals to start and for names. I checked for spacing in between each word. I checked for spelling, letters correct, and punctuation. After you have edited your rough draft, you can submit it on Seesaw.